spousal support. Where do you get spousal support when you're starting your own house cleaning business? We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question and I get to help you find an answer. Now today's show is brought to us by housecleaning360.com. Did you know that if you're getting ready to move, you can find helpers at housecleaning360.com. These would be house cleaners that help you with the move-in or the move-out cleaning. Or maybe they do a little bit of side projects and they can help you pack the boxes and help you eliminate some of the stuff you're not going to move with you. There are also professional organizers that can come through and help you redesign your life before you pack it up in a box and ship it off. Because when you get to your new establishment, you don't want to be carrying the old stuff from your old life that you no longer use, need, or want. Then, when you get to your new life, wherever that new place is, you can go back to housecleaning360.com and find a new person to come in and help you unload all of your new belongings and put them away. And even they have interior decorators. So, hey, there you go. 360 view of a perfect home. Alrighty, on to today's show, which is about spousal support. Now, as house cleaners, male or female, we have spouses, and sometimes they don't understand the nature of our business. They don't understand that we work for ourselves, and sometimes we have money, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we have cancellations, and every day we have headaches. And these are headaches from customers and clients and employees, and it's a challenge to run a small business. And the person behind us that means the most to us in our lives are our spouses. And so when they don't get what we're doing, then we have a problem. So how do you get spousal support? Well, there are a couple of techniques that I want to share with you, and they are tried and proven techniques that I myself have used. And I'm sure there are lots of techniques. And if you have some great techniques, please share them in the notes below. Whether this is a podcast, whether this is a YouTube video, I don't know how you're consuming this information. Even if it's a blog, there's a place below for you to include your information. So share your tips with us on how you get spousal support. So for me, my business transitioned and I reinvented myself at the beginning of 2016. I'd been running a house cleaning business for 25 years. And throughout the course of the 25 years, there were times that were really tough. There were times I had to keep reinventing my business, either as we moved to a new location and I had to start all over again with new clients, or I would have employees and the whole business crumbled and I didn't know how to manage them very well and I was learning those elements myself. But I had to keep coming back to the fact that no, this is what I decided. This is where I belong in the house cleaning business. Whether it's the flexibility, whether it's the enjoyment of cleaning, whether it's I like working with people or the employees or whatever, this is where I belong. And I had to keep reselling him on my business. And so you might have to keep reselling your spouse on your business. But what I found worked for me is as I reinvented myself, if I gave him a heads up and I told him what was coming next, it gave him the latitude to jump in and participate. Now, in December 23rd of 2015, I retired from the house cleaning business. And I'd been doing a lot of consulting with house cleaning business owners on how to start their own house cleaning businesses while I was trying to run a live house cleaning practice. And it became so busy that I had to make a choice. I had to choose one or the other. And I can do one really well, and I can do the other one really well, but I can't do them both really well. It's like chasing two rabbits. If you chase two rabbits, they'll both get away, right? You can't catch them both at the same time. And so I made a decision to let go of one while I focused on the other. So I let go of the house cleaning itself and I transitioned into an online business that was a consulting practice. For me, it was a huge transition because I'm not internet savvy. I'm not technical savvy. I know nothing about social media and the internet. And so what I did was take all the house cleaning skills that I know and I said, I can help a few people, or I can move onto the internet where everyone seems to be and I can help a lot of people. And that made more sense for where I was right now in my life. But it was going to mean for me, I had to learn the internet and I had to learn social media and I had to learn all the different elements of how to create a website and how to update the website and how to do search engine optimization and make all that stuff work. And it was a really scary place for me because, like I said, I'm not technical savvy. I've been avoiding the internet all these years because I didn't need it. It's spooky, but I didn't need it. My business ran really well on referrals and training and everything that we were doing on a localized basis. And so to suddenly stop and say, whoa, there's a whole new world here, it's going to require a lot. And so I came to my husband and I said, this is going to require a lot. I'm going to be working harder than I've ever worked in my whole life. I'm going to be learning a lot of new things that I've never learned before. There are gobs of software that I need to learn. I need to learn how to be able to update my own website so that I'm not reliant on a website designer from India that is going to take 2 or 3 weeks to accomplish what I need. And so sitting him down and saying, okay, here's what's coming. And I broke my new business into 8 elements. And I said, here's what this element is going to require. Here's what this element is going to cost. Here's what's going to be demanded from me. Here's what I need you to do. And so during that period of time, we sat down and I said, during this window, I'm going to have to outsource some of the tasks that I've done the entire time we've been married. I don't have time anymore to go grocery shopping. I don't have time anymore to clean my own house. I don't have time anymore to do the landscaping and to keep up my rose gardens. And I literally went through my house and I replaced all of the live plants with silk plants. And I started outsourcing all of the things in my life because for everything I say yes to, I have to say no to a bunch of other things. And so by getting my husband on board, I was able to let him know what's coming. Now, every single night when he comes home from work, he calls me up on the telephone and he gets the rundown of what's in store for him that night. And so there are nights he's like, hey, would you like to watch a movie with me? And if I can, I will say, yes, I would love to do that. That's what's in store tonight. It's a movie and dinner for both of us. Or I might say, I don't have it to give tonight. Tonight, is there something you would like to be doing? And he'll say, yes, there's a ball game I'd love to watch. Great, you watch the ball game, find yourself some snacks. I have to work through this evening. I have a deadline I'm trying to make. And so by letting him know what's on the horizon for me, he can be supportive. Now, there are times when, and this year has been a colossal year for me, I have taken way, way, way more from my marriage relationship than I have given back. And I told him it was going to be this way, and I don't mean it to be this way, and I do it in fun and love, and I'm trying to make this work. But this is literally like starting a brand new business from scratch by transitioning everything I know into a world I know nothing about. It has been an enormous transition for me, and it has demanded more from our relationship than probably any other year of our life. And that spousal support is incredibly important to the survival of your business. And so over the Christmas holidays, he's like, hey, I've got some toxic friends. Let's go hang out with the toxic friends for Christmas. And I was like, I don't have it to give. I don't want to go. I don't even like those people. Those people have really negative energy, and I don't want to hang out with them. And he said, I know, but I have given so much to this relationship, and right now it would mean something to me if you would show up as my spouse and you would hang out with these toxic people. And I sat there going, are you serious? You're right. Absolutely, you're right. You have given so much, and it's my time to give back. Now, I don't want to go. I did not want to go at all. And so I had to make a decision. The decision I'm making is that my marriage in this moment is more important than what I want to be doing. And because I've demanded so much, you have to give something back. It can't only be a one-way street. It has to be a two-way street. And so I was like, hang on, let me go change my clothes. I will go with you to the toxic people for Christmas. So I did, and I didn't have any fun. I faked like I was having fun, and I got out of there as soon as I could. But there are times that your spouse is going to be that way with you, and you're going to be that way with them. The secret is to being transparent. Be real with them. Tell them what's going on and communicate what you need. Because if you just go begrudgingly and you don't let them know, hey, I'm making a concession here, or they don't let you know that they're making a concession, then you don't really know the sacrifices that each of you are making in order for your business to survive. But if you want spousal support, this is not a one-person thing. This is a two-person thing. If you're married, the two of you are in business together, even if the other person has nothing to do with your business. They are your guiding light and your force. And you got to make sure that you have that with you in order for you to go forward. So be upfront. Go through and explain as much as you possibly can. And I've done this. As my business has grown, and it's grown enormously over the last 2 years since I started this online training business. But what's happened is I said, okay, hang on, hold the horses. We're in phase 2. This is what this is going to require. Whoa, phase 3 just hit us. We're now in phase 3. Here's what's going to be required of us now. Okay, now we're in phase 5. here's what we have to do right now in order to keep these other 5 phases going. And so it's been literally a nonstop process. And I could not have asked for better help and better support than my husband, Pat. And so I am so blessed and I am so encouraged. But the secret to survival with your spouse, and in order to get spousal support, is to keep them in the loop and to keep them in the know. Because as things happen, as if you start running out of money, or if you have employee challenges, or if you need to hire more people, or if you have to cancel a part of your business, or you have to erase something that you started that was a bad mistake, they need to be in on those decisions. Because it's another set of eyes, it's another set of ears, and it's a person who knows and loves you more than anyone else. Anyway, I could go on for hours, and we don't have hours. Otherwise, my editors who edit this video and the podcast are going to kill me. Anyway, I would like to give a shout out to Jaden and Kristen, who do an amazing job for you guys every single day and for me on these videos and the podcast. So thank you to my team, and thank you to my husband, who is an enormous support for me. And with that, I will leave you, and I will see you again soon. And until I do, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.